key in the door, Angelo?
Yeah.
Okay, could you lock it? Thank you.
Right.
Doug, you gonna sit over here then?
Yeah. No problem. Thanks, sir. Super. Sweet.
You can have a seat anywhere. Doug's just gonna sit on the corner back here.
Okay, I'm just gonna throw this over.
That's fine. Anywhere but the corner. Okay, so what we're doing today is we're doing guidance with the Oracle. Essentially, I tap into the Oracle energy and she connects the source and lets me interact with light beings, crossed over loved ones. I can see your Akashic records, your angels, your guides, your spirit animals, your power animals, and it goes on and on. There's really no limitation to the type of beings that can be interacted with here tonight. What's going to happen is this is done in two different ways that are melted together. It's a shamanic practice, so you're going to hear a shamanic beat playing behind me, as well as just me being naturally, it's just being just a natural part of my DNA, so to speak. The music's going to go on for 30 minutes. At the last minute, you're going to hear a rattle. That's my callback sound. At that moment, I'll stop taking questions, and I'm going to reintegrate with self. After that, it's going to take me a moment just to come back. I'll come back, and then we'll talk a little bit about the symbolism that you guys get. The most important thing about this reading to understand is that I am not psychic. I do not claim to be psychic. I am not psychic. As an oracle, I am channeling guidance. As a psychic, they are interpreting information for you. They are interpreting signs for you. I'm not interpreting signs for you. I am giving you direct information. That is the difference. With that being said, understand that the symbolism that I give you tonight is much more important than my personal interpretation of the story. I'm not meant to be a curator, so I'm not meant to explain it to you. I'm meant to have the process happen and give you the information, and you do with it what you will. The way I perceive information, I see it visually, I sense it viscerally, I smell it, I taste it sometimes, and seldomly I hear it. Mostly it's visual, but all of those things are encompassed into one thing, and I also feel it through different parts of my body. Like an example would be an unfavorable situation. I will always feel it in my gut, and I will tell you I feel it in my gut and it's unfavorable. That doesn't mean yes or no, it just means unfavorable. With that being said, remember that paths are not written in stone. They are just the outcome of nothing changing of right now. And your path is up to you to cultivate as however you like. And the options and are infinite. Does anybody have any questions for me before we start? But we'll have a Q&A afterwards, and you can ask me all the questions you want.
I think you explained it pretty well.
Okay, cool. I am also going to be blindfolded.
What was your name?
Liza.
Liza.
But I think if you said a female name, I would have known it was her.
Given.
Okay, so basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to connect first. I'll tell Doug that I'm connected, and after that, then I'll take questions. And when I'm talking to you directly, I'll address you. If for something happens where I need more information, I will address you directly and ask you blah 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 blah. You know, if anybody asks anything about anybody who's already passed over or crossed over, please let me know that they're passed over or crossed over before I get there. Because since we're sharing this time, I don't want to have to find where they are. It'll be easier if you tell me so I can find them. Because they're not all like there. Okay, they're in different places.
Okay.
But I'll explain that later. Alright, cool. Let's do it.
Cool.
Everybody's phones are off, right?
Yes.
You can record if you want, but just please keep your phone on airplane mode.
I can't find this one, let me check it first.
Okay, I'm ready for the first question.
First question's coming from Bob. I feel as though there is a war going on that isn't physical. In this spiritual battle, what is my position, purpose, and rank?
Okay. What it's showing me visually is you dress in armor as some kind of warrior or knight. Although everybody's running in one direction away from something, you're running towards it. What are you running towards? Cliche. It's a princess. Okay. There's someone burning down a village. So you grab the girl. You're the hero. She goes off on her way. Okay, so I'm seeing a pattern here. You have the hero pattern where it's like fearless. You can, everything against all odds. You persevere. But then it's showing me inside of you, like your, what they call shadow work or child work. It is small in the fetal position, like a ball. So this tells me that there's this bravery, untapped potential bravery and courage. That is not believed, perceived, or tapped into. Does this sound familiar to you?
Yes.
So how do we expose that? This is unusual. So it's showing me you eating a sandwich. It sounds mundane. But then it shows somebody coming into your house that shouldn't be there. Somebody not allowed. And they're in like all black leather jackets, like mafiosos types. This is just showing me somebody you don't want in your home. And it's 3 people. Why are they there? For offer. Okay. So your fearlessness can get you into a lot of trouble, is what's happening here. Because although you have good intentions, you also have something to prove. You can prove this in the dark, or you can prove this in the light. In that sense, you could easily be paid handsomely, a lot of money, with these men who are going to seduce you with money. But they're going to put you in peril. And they're going to dress it up like they care about you, like their family. They are all you have. You trust them. They would die for you. But this is not so. These are lies. It's showing locking your door. course, is a proverbial door, not a literal, but proverbial door. I feel like this is coming to trust and not just allowing anybody into your home, your heart, your trust, your vulnerability, because it's going to be really used against you and they're going to force their way in. Somebody's trying to just force their way into there. And you just seem so okay with it, which is the part that worries me. Because it's just like, oh, well, they're my friends. Or, oh, they trust their judgment. But it's not true. They're just manipulating you. And it's like an older, thick guy. And there's like two white guys and a token. Like two white guys and a black guy. Or two white guys and a dark guy. It could be Dominican. But that's all I see. I would just be really careful with your trust and who you let in your home. That's all I have for that question.
The next question is, Elijah, how would you describe the vibe or presence of what 2017 will bring?
For her?
Yes.
Well, you're gonna ring in the new year. Happy, content, surrounded by people. It shows you like at a party or festivity, which is a given because it's New Year's. But usually when it shows you with people, it's because you're happy and you have family structure. I see you kissing a man, so I guess that's either you with the honey or just showing that you're in a good place with somebody. Let's see what's beyond that, because that's really not really important. I see okay, I see it now. Okay, I see your chart, your pattern chart. So it shows me your pattern chart for the year. And I see in the very beginning of the year, you get a little bit of a down peak, just a very slight down peak. This usually has to do with like money, energy, romance, but there's like a slight down peak. Nothing to really be concerned about. It looks like January, February, and then in March it goes back up. But then and then you're good, you're up. But then it looks like you have a big down peak towards August of next year. August, September, October is a low peak for you. And again, this could be money, this could be energy, this could be romance. It's just showing me your overall gist, I guess your overall pattern for the year. So it's like it goes up January just slight, but then it comes down to about March, then it goes back up, and then you stay there, and here it comes starting July, and then a little bit, and then August, and then this is August, October, and then you're coming back up September, and then you finish the year out well. So you're gonna just be mindful of this like August time, because this is gonna be a down peak for you. And it doesn't show me anything else for that besides just like your actual pattern of how things are gonna happen for you. Let me see if there's anything else for that question. Self-discoveries are happening. I see like flexibility. I see maybe like a yoga or stretching or like trying new things or kind of workout. And that makes you happy. I see you actively trying to look inward. Frustrated though, because you feel like you're not getting answers quick enough. But that's normal. Come on, what else is beyond that? I see you kicking your car tire. That's usually like transportations, car transportation, just period. Like frustrated with the vehicle, so it could be frustrated with where you're headed to, frustrated with the vehicle itself, or automobile problems. see the angels backing you up on that. I see like them actually standing behind you. And then you're like sobbing. So at this time, it looks like you're just really overwhelmed. And like this is coming to the August time. It just seems like nothing's going right. You're overwhelmed. You burnt some food. You kicked the car. Your wallet's empty. Just seems like you're having like an emotional time. And I see the angel like has his hand on your shoulder, kind of like, it's okay. This is temporary. I got your back. And I see you turning around and actually acknowledging that the angel's there and smiling. And then your wallet's full of money. Your car turns on and you order takeout. Takeout didn't taste good apparently. It was Chinese takeout, by the way. I see little girl. Why is there, who's the little girl? Do you know the little girl?
I'm not sure.
Niece?
No niece.
Little
Oh, yeah.
girl. Oh, little girl. Little girl likes you. Who are you, little girl? She's like little girl, like 2.
I don't know.
She's just holding onto your leg for dear life. She's looking at you with those big eyes. Could be a friend's kid.
There's a few friends.
She just loves you though. Not a kid person.
Me? I love kids.
That's good. Okay. Babies. I see you holding one baby. I see you holding 2 babies. I see you holding 2 boys. What is that? Interesting. There's a lot of kids around you, right? At the end of next year, there's a lot of kids around you. Looks like a favor though, because your house is full of kids. Like, you're just like really messy. It's goop in your hair, baby. All right, that's all I see for that. It looks like in the August time. I think you're just gonna have a lot of things happening around that time, and everybody's gonna just count on you. You can do it. Just do all the things. That's all I'm seeing for that.
The next question is going to be from Angelo. Which guide is around me?
It's not even a guide. It's Shiva. Taking obstacles away, taking obstacles away, taking obstacles away. This was the year for you for lessons. There is several obstacles that have been moved out of your way. This has been your year of lessons. So there's all these paths and openings and opportunities coming for you or coming to you that will be available for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 4 paths. Interesting. Book, man, soul, and this is stagnation. Bookman, soul, stagnation. And you're standing in the beginning of the 4 paths. Woo. 2018 is going to be a better year for you. There's a lot of changes happening for you then, so you have a whole nother year. I feel like it's one of those you can't have it all things. Like, see what is showing is 4. But then, further down, they connect again somewhere. But it's too far to see where. But they connect. They all connect again. They're all going to the same place. That's all I see for that.
Okay.
This question is coming from Dominique.
Oh, yes.
What is the oracle's name?
No, that's not it. Pythra. Thank you. What's the next question?
This question is from Doug. Is there anything Donald Price wants to tell me?
No, I just see him sitting in a chair. It just goes like this. And he's watching a game. Like a sports game. And I'm interrupting him. And he's just like, come back later. So he's busy right now. That's a first. I didn't know that they had football. And he has a beer. Yeah, I don't have anything else for that.
Next question is from Bob. How do I move forward in helping humanity awaken?
Wow. Okay, so in that moment I see you and I see the connection to source. It's a big light that goes all the way up into the sky, into the divine, and then goes all the way down into the earth, down into the below. It's not about waking up humanity, it's about waking up self. Because when you awaken self, you become a beacon. And it's showing me like a lighthouse. Like a beacon of lights, I guess.
Makes sense.
And I see you walking, and you're walking through a forest with like a lantern. It's like an old-timey lantern. It has a really strong focal front. Like if you turn it, it like magnifies or something. And you're finding people in the dark in the forest. And you're leading them out of the forest. 1, 2, 3. Wow, it's a lot of people. It's more than 24 people. So you're gonna just, take that for you are leading people out of the dark. That's turmoil, despair, desperation, sadness, sorrow, depression, anger, resentment, destruction, suicide. You're leading them out of the dark. They are following you. They are looking up to you. They are hopeful in an otherwise gloomy world. And you are fulfilled by doing so. Just don't let them drag you down, because you're strong, but when there's too many of them pulling at your legs, you sink into the quicksand and you become just as heavy as they are. So you need to find a balance of that. You need to stay focused on that light inside of you and make sure that it's always connected above and below, and that you are a reflection of that. Because once you're a reflection of that, everything else comes to you. That's all I have for that.
This question is come from Raju. Well, sitting at a point of many crossroads, and each path is represented by a musical instrument. Which instrument should lead my journey?
That's a really, really say flute-esque. Flute-esque. Like it just looks. It looks almost wood, but it's long, like a clarinet or like a flute. What are your instruments?
I didn't have any specific ones in mind.
Okay.
If I were to pick guitar, maybe a harp, a sax.
No, I see that flute coming back.
I like wind.
I see you with like, I don't even know if it's called a flute, honestly. It could be called a recorder or a clarinet, but it is like this. That's how it's held. You're holding it like that, and it's on your mouth. And this one's made of wood. That's what I see. Douglas.
Next question is from Angela. Why did I kill myself in Greece?
Ooh, Angelo, you sneaky. You were taking monies. You were taking Julian's. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you love her. Bam. You took money from a bathhouse. That is definitely a bathhouse. But this guy, bathhouse guy, is not just bathhouse guy. He is like, he's bad. He's like, not don't you can't double cross me kind of guy. Was gambling even a thing? There's like gambling happening, but not like roulette, like on lives. Oh, they were conspiring against you anyways. They were gonna kill you either way. Oh. It looks like they were setting you up for a game. It's interesting. So you were being anointed in preparation in a ritualistic manner. No, but you wouldn't have that. You tried to escape with their money, but you got stuck. And they found you. That's it.
Thank you.
Next question is from Dominique. When is the oracle from?
950 BC. If that is even a real freaking number. That, nope. 760. What's the 950 then? Two lifetimes. Okay. I accept. What's your next question?
From Bob. Should I pursue a career in art and music?
I see you working with little kids. Like a camp. Because you're making a tinfoil hat for one of them. And you have on like hippie clothes. And it's outside and there's a tiki. Like a tiki guy some kind of counselor, guide. You're whittling. Ooh, when you're whittling when you're older. And very well. Very, very well. And all the kids are whittling. They're like on two picnic table things. And they're all lined up with boys. And they're making leather stuff. I don't know if that's considered art, but that's crafty. There's beads and stuff. Yeah. And you look really happy doing it too. All the kids look up to you. Oh. Okay, that's all I have for that. They're so cute.
This question is from me. Does Ann McCullough have any questions for me?
Who?
Ann McCullough,
Living or deceased?
deceased.
And is this thing on? Yes, it is on. You know your mother's hard-headed, but stop being such a klutz. That's the word, klutz. She's all you got. But she's saying it like she's all you got. Who's her sister? Does she have a sister?
She does, but I've never met her.
Because she's like, if my sister was alive, I would knock some sense. She would knock some sense into her. You're still one of us, and we still love you. And your mother's a knucklehead. There's some really weird words she's using. That's all I have for that.
Questions from Angelo. How do I heal my health?
You need to do some stretches. I see you doing like actual, more rigorous than yoga. Because it's showing like everything from your like Achilles heel back, all black, all the way up. So no energy's moving there. And that's my callback sound. I would just take this time to express gratitude to all the guides and beings that were here. Some really silly things just happen sometimes. Okay, I'm good. I'm ready for questions. I don't remember what your questions were, so don't ask me. But I'm ready for other questions.
Oh, not on the paper.
I'll try to remember what I can.
Okay.
If you tell me what I said, then I'll remember it. But I don't remember it like that.
Okay.
So questions about questions?
You guys want to go first? Yeah. Did you say the Greece, the bathhouse? I laugh when you say that because I read a lot about in Greece. I'm like,
You read what?
because I read about like the bathhouse in Greece, so I kind of know what's going on. That's why you said, I'm like, what was I doing here?
What were you doing there?
But you said I stolen something, but
You
said,
stole, yeah, you stole money. You stole monies.
Okay.
But he was rich.
Okay. But then you say like anointment, like I didn't want to go to whatever they were doing. Like,
Yeah, like it showed that oil scene where you were being anointed with all the oil.
mhm.
And then like you overheard somebody in the hallway or something. Like you could hear it. Like just real low, like but like echoing, like I don't know, whatever it was, like you could hear someone else talking and you overheard what was happening and then you knew you had to get out of there.
Okay.
Then it showed like you and Lover and then the snakes
Okay.
at the end.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's what it showed. All my mafia guys look alike. They always look like the same guy.
Which one? Which mafia guys?
Like to represent my mafia guy.
Okay.
My mafia guy's like big fat guy with like white hair, like
Very
Robert De Niro-esque.
Sopranos.
Yes, that's my mafia guy. That's my bad guy in my visuals.
I was gonna ask about that.
What he look like?
Yeah, you said there's 3 of them. 3 peeps that were.
Yeah, they were older guys. The black guy / dark guy was the youngest one out of all 3 of them. But they were older than you by like a lot, or like 40s or 50s.
Mm.
That's not mine.
Okay. It's okay. It happens. I've done it.
Sorry, I thought it was on.
Yeah, and your whole thing was, I really feel like it was trust. Like it really was trust. I feel like
That's true.
it felt like when I saw you, you were lost, and then not like literally lost, but like lost inside, and then you just needed something to cling on to make you feel like purposeful. Is what it felt like you had no purpose. And then it showed them, and they're like, okay, we got you. It's kind of like that episode where Bart Simpson finds Tony's underground thing because his skateboard goes on the stairs, and then Tony's like, oh, you make a good margarita or something. Then they take him in and have him doing like all kinds of crazy stuff. It was like that. But, you know, there was no real love between them. They were going to kill Bart. It's the best analogy I can give you.
Don't be a Bart.
Don't be a Bart.
You're Bart.
Don't be a Bart. But they look like they guised as other, like an employer, like a construction or mafia guys, construction. Yeah, that makes sense. Like they disguise that there's something else, but they're really doing something else. So they have companies to have the money washed, but the money's not really coming from those companies, and it really seemed like physical.
And as far as like maintaining that balance of the above and the below,
Mm.
when people are following me, so they don't drag me down as well.
It just showed like the light inside of you becoming brighter. So to me that would mean strengthening self before taking on the problems of the world. You really got to make sure that you're on a solid foundation, that your platform is good
Right.
before you drag anybody else up there, because you know, one miscalculation and you guys all fall together. Because the intention is good, but even good intentions go awry. So you just gotta make sure that you shine bright enough for everybody. So you gotta believe in yourself, and you gotta find that strength in yourself first. Build it up, and when it's no longer containable, then you know you're ready. And then you forge forward and find the people who need you. They'll find you. Darkness always finds the light. So,
Fair enough.
anything, Miss Lady?
No.
You're good?
Yeah.
Okay, great. That's the easy one. Douglas? I cheated today because I threw questions in there because they don't answer me when I ask my own questions. That's what that was about.
It's all good.
Yeah, I had to. I've been asking her and asking her and she won't answer me.
How do you say Shiva? She's a she. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
You said her. This is female.
The Oracle. She's female. I just don't know her name. I just address her as the Oracle when I see her, and when other people address her as the Oracle, and that's it.
You spelled something out.
I did. What was it?
I write it down.
Python.
Yeah. Pythri.
And of course, she has like, I'm not gonna even say because I don't want to offend her. I got in trouble for that yesterday. Offending guides. They come back to me before bedtime and really give me a tongue lashing.
Yeah, how did you saw Shiva? Though you say you saw Shiva when I asked about who my guy was.
Yeah.
So you didn't see any guy, you just saw Shiva.
Yeah. Just like pick, like picking up all this stuff. Pick. And then it looks like, you ever seen just like a Jewish chart that I've seen before? It's like this and like this and like this and like this. And it has all these little lines like this, and it all connects and it explains everything on it. You know the chart I'm talking about? Just look it up later, Jewish charts. And
Okay.
I know it's Jewish because it's gonna come up.
Okay.
And then it showed your 4 roads, and then it showed that big, it's like then it showed that big chart on top of the 4 roads.
Okay.
Kind of like, they all lead to the same place, but they're all this way and that way, and
Yeah, because you say man, book, soul, and
Stagnate.
stagnation.
yeah. So you couldn't have them all at the same time.
Okay.
But the book opened and there was like a money sign that came out of it.
Because one of my questions before was about my book, and then when you say like, you say like man, soul.
So maybe it's like, if you have man, you won't have time for book, or you won't have, your focus will be on something else.
Okay.
You know, where focus go, where energy goes.
Okay.
So it was either or.
Okay.
It was either or for there. But then like towards the middle, they come back together anyways.
Okay.
So you do get to have it all, just you gotta figure out which one you want first. Which one you're willing to dedicate all your time to, all your mastery to first.
That book definitely.
So that's what it was.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was fun. I wish I lasted longer.
I don't know what would happen if I did it longer. That scares me a little bit, thinking that. People don't do what I do because there's a lot of consequence.
Stuff that comes with it.
Comes with it. It's hard. It's like I was telling Angela about it earlier because he was giving me this look, and I was like, I'm gonna divulge some secrets to you. And you have to stay here in this realm. But when you are channeling for an oracle, she's just like, fuck your realm. I do what I want. And you're always somewhere else. And you have to fight her and show her, no, I am here. I will dedicate space to you. I will adorn your altar for you as a respect to you. But when I am here, I am in charge. And that's it.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, like, I could go on forever, never about consequences about it, but, you know, this has been a lifetime of getting to this point. So, it's okay. I'm good with it. I'm very good with it.
Well, thank you for taking the time, energy, and effort.
Yeah, no doubt. You questions were really good, but next time you can ask harder questions. The harder questions are the ones that I really get excited about, because then I learn from your questions. Because what happens is I'm a spectator, so I'm like here, like me, my ego mind, my conscious mind is here,
Sure.
and then I'm listening to Oracle channel, and then I'm like challenging her. I always challenge her, and I'm so sarcastic, and I hear my thoughts, and I'll be like, "Oh, how am I supposed to know that?" And then she'll be like, "Blah, blah, 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 blah," and then she'll say it or show it or whatever, and I'm just like, oh, "Okay, whatever." It's really unusual.
I'm at it.
It is. But this is, this form of divination is ancient, and it's like on the bottom of the totem pole of it's cool psychic things, I guess. Because it's not hip, it doesn't have a cool name, doesn't have a cool TV show. Like, no one's heard of it. It's just like, oh, what's that? So, it's just something that's really old, and
So
had
tell
this
us
been
what's
760 BC, we'd be doing this on the ground.
in a cave.
In a cave. Yeah, where I wind up going to every day. I meet her every day. Yep. All right. Any more questions for me?
When's the next one?
Oh, next week, I think.
I think so.
Next week, the one I'm doing, I'm only taking questions about crossed over people. Crossed over
Next
loved
week?
ones. Yeah.
It's all based on crossover.
Yeah. I mean, you could always ask about crossed over people, but specifically because of Halloween, yada yada, we're doing like questions about crossed over loved ones. And then we'll do some in November too. So, yeah. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank
thank you,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.
Sweet. I wasn't even cold for very long today. My candles came in